Hola, soy Jesse. Bienvenidos. I am gonna try to provide examples and demonstrate, show how I would use these irregular verbs in just daily conversation, daily life. So with be, I would use it to say I will be at work or I can be at work. So with the will be is going to say that I'm on my way, I'm going to be there, I plan to be there in the future. Whereas if I use can be, it's going to be more I'm capable of, there's potential and possibility. And then I was at work. So if someone calls you on the phone and you miss their call, it's an emergency, and they call you and or send you a text message and they say, "Hey, what are you doing? There's an emergency." You could say, "I was at work." Or what you could do is say, "I have been at work," meaning that you're currently still at work and possibly just getting done. Whereas I was at work means that you're already done with work. This means that you have completed your job and have been clocked out. I was at work today. I was at work yesterday. I was at work last week are some examples. Or I was at work 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. So it means it's a very simple way to talk about the past. The I have been at work, and it has will mean been means that you started earlier today. Something started earlier. Say if I started work at 7 a.m. and I get a call from my family, my son or my mom or something. They're calling me. It's an emergency. Hey, where are you? Or if I was supposed to be somewhere and I'm not there yet, something maybe I had an accident, maybe you know uh, the bus. I missed the bus or something, and I could be like, "Hey, I've been at work. Oh, I've been waiting for the bus to show up. I've been um ha Ben's used to talk about stuff that you are currently doing up until this moment. Meaning, I started working at 7 a.m. You're calling me, it's 2:30. I don't get done with work until 3, so I've been at work. Or just you means that you're just getting off of work, but you've been at work this whole time. And then that you've been working. This I bring tools to work, meaning that I have my tools on me, and I'm on my way to the job, and here I got the tools with me on my person. I am ready to work. I bring tools to work. Now, if I were to let's say I got done with work, and then I could say I brought tools to work. So this is in the moment. I'm going to. It's present. It's right here and right now. I bring tools to work. This here means that it's either earlier today I brought tools, I left them there, or I brought them with me. And it's the same for the past tense simple and participio tenses. And then we got I can do this job. I can, meaning possibility. The can is present in the moment or soon to be future, like really, really soon to be future. I can do this job, meaning that you're capable of doing the job, that you're capable, you got the skill. And can means it will refer to being capable of doing something or about to do something. Is what can will be used for. Like if you're in a job interview and say, I can do this skill, I can do this task, I know how to do it, then I could do this job, meaning that you can do this job, but you may not do the job. That you may do something else. I could do this. It's an option. When you say could, it means that you have an option to take, and you may not take it. That you may decide to do something else. You'll hear people say, well, you could have done this, or you could have done that, meaning that there was a choice that could have been made and you did not take it. Here, I could do this job refers to I have the capability of doing the job, but I'm not going to do it. I have been able to do this job. Been able, let's see. Been able to. Been able to refers to been able to. In fact, you know what? I can delete this right here, and this is still a sentence. Been able to do this job. This is better. Been able to do this job means that I was capable of doing the job, but now for whatever reason I may not be capable of doing it. That been able to means that there was a time and a place with the ability to do something, but now that's done. It's over. There's no, at the moment, there's no being able to do that because it's now in the past. Playing catch. Where is this now? Catch, caught. These are both the same in the two tenses, which it makes it a little bit more simple to use. But catch and caught. Playing catch with my son. So this is referring to doing the act here in the moment. Catch is in the moment, present. You're able to catch the ball. Catch the ball. Catch the bus. I'm going to catch the bus is another one. I am going to catch the bus is another one. In context, daily life that we would use. My son caught the baseball. I caught the bus this morning is another way to use it, meaning that you've already got the ball, you've already got the bus, you already got onto the bus, that you were able to obtain it, you were able to do the thing, you were able to catch the ball and you caught it. So it's going from present tense that you're in the act of getting the ball, catching the ball, and then the past tense, you have the ball in your hand already, and after you catch the ball, we say you caught the ball, that it's already in your hand, you already have it. Is the best way that I can explain this. Or I'm going to catch the bus, that you're sitting at the bus stop, you're waiting for the bus, and then the bus shows up, you get on the bus, and then you can say, I caught the bus. Caught means that you've already done the action. All right, moving on. I do this job for my family. Do, did, and done is where we are right now. Do, did, done. I do this job to provide for my family. Present, capability, and potential. Just like can. Just like the word can earlier. Present tense, we're about to do something in the near future, that we are going to do something, that we're capable of doing something. There's potential. Potential meaning that it may happen or it may not happen, but it's referring to that it probably will happen soon, or that we will be doing this. I do this job to provide for my family. Then I could say I did work 2 jobs to provide for my family, meaning that before I had only 1 job, or 2. Before this job, I've had 2 jobs. I did work 2 jobs to provide for my family. So it means that you had 2 jobs that you, I'm sure had's down here too. So had will mean something similar to this did. I did work 2 jobs. Past tense. You no longer work 2 jobs. Done working both jobs today. Meaning that you were working a job earlier, maybe one later, maybe you worked both at the same time in the day. You worked a couple hours here, you did maybe on your break you were able to work the other job. I don't know. Done working both jobs today, meaning that you worked your shift, you clocked out, you're done. Past tense, meaning that you are finished, that you have complete. I'm using all past tense now, but this means that something is in the past, is no longer currently doing it. Similar to how we use caught. Really similar context. Ben, similar context, how we're using this. It refers to something that's already not being. It's something where you have that you're no longer doing it. There's no other possibility of doing it in the present, and that is where it is in the past. I forget my lunch often, meaning that in the moment I forget to bring my lunch. Forget my lunch often. Present tense. Then if we go over to I forgot my lunch, would mean that you were going to bring your lunch earlier in the day before work. You were about to bring it with you, and you didn't remember. You did not remember. You forgot. I forgot my lunch. This will be used during lunchtime if someone forgot their lunch. They'll say, "Oh, I forgot my lunch today." Forgot my lunch today. I have forgotten to bring my lunch. This could also be used. You could even say, did you no, I could say, have you forgotten to bring your lunch? And then this would be a question. So this would be referring to, so you forgot, but it's in the past now, and I'm asking you, I'm asking you, have you forgotten to bring your lunch? Meaning, have you forgot your lunch today? Which then goes back to, I forget my lunch often. So hopefully it's starting to make a little bit more sense. All right. I know it can be difficult to learn English. I know, meaning here in the moment, right now, I understand there's an understanding with the I know it can be difficult. Know means that you understand something, a concept, that in the moment you understand what is going on, you understand the experience the other person may be going through, what you're going through. You may understand, the lesson. I know how to use the word know, and I know how to use the word knew. I know how to use the word known. And then I knew it was going to be difficult to learn English. So we were talking about in the past, like you've already you're talking to someone that's learning, and you remember when you were learning, you'd say, I knew it was going to, you'd say, I knew it was going to be hard. Knew it was going to be difficult to learn Spanish. I knew it was going to be hard to learn Spanish is another way. Is another word. Hard to learn Spanish. English, I mean. I knew, meaning that, and sometimes we'll say, sometimes a lot of English speakers will say, I knew it, meaning that they should have made a different decision, that they could have made a different decision, but they chose the wrong one. And said, oh, I knew it. I could have made a better decision. They'll say, I knew it. Where was it now? Maybe it's in the other example, but they'll say, I knew it, when they were wrong about something in the past. Oh, I knew it. I made the wrong decision in the past. I knew I should have made the other choice. Is what that's how to use that. And then I have known it was going to be difficult to learn English. I have known it was going to be difficult to learn English. So known, or I could even say, if I would have known. Because we'll use known as a way to refer back to know. K-N-O-W, know. New, no, no-n, no-n. So it's no, n, no, n. It'll refer back to a time. It'll refer to something in the past tense, like we've forgotten. Done something that's been that you're no longer experiencing, no longer going through. If I would have known, if you had the information back here to know, then you would have knew, and then you would have known that learning English was going to be difficult or going to be difficult. Hopefully that's starting to make a little bit more sense. Learn how to make the sounds for the language. All right, where am I? Learn. All right. So learn how to make the sounds for the language. So learn is present tense. It's in the moment that you are right now or soon. That soon in the future, you're going to learn, the act of learning. So the act of learning is you're studying, you're reading, you're doing research, you're trying to understand how to make the sounds for the language. So learn, present tense. This poster here, this little flyer, uses learnt. This is normally used in Europe. It's not in America. We don't use the T. Learnt. It can be used and it's still proper, but here in the United States, it's not you won't see it here in America. You'll see it over in Europe though. Over in Europe they'll use learnt. But here in the United States, we will put the ed at the end for past tense, learned. So learn, learn, learned, learned. So learn the sounds for the language. So we could say learn the vowel sounds for the language. Learned the vowel sounds for the language. Meaning that you have already learned, that you already have learned the vowel sounds. And then this is gonna be a tricky one because it's spelled the same way in present and past tense. This is the more tricky one. So learning to read Spanish was easy. Learning to read Spanish was easy. So learning to read is present tense. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to read this sentence. Learning to read Spanish was easy. So that's the read. Now, if I go over here and read this sentence, I have read the news in Spanish. I have read the sentence above this one. So, learning to read, and here's one way to tell that it's read and not read. Read will have some sort of present, ongoing, in the moment word included in the sentence. So learning to read Spanish, going to read Spanish. What's another one that I could use? Are you going to read Spanish? Is another question. The way to use read. Are you going to read Spanish? Is another way to say, to use the word read in the present tense. Now, I have read the sentence above this one, meaning that I already was reading. I already have went through and read the sentence. I have read the sentence above. Are you going to read Spanish? Read, read. So I teach by examples. Teach by examples. So I'm in the act of I'm going to, now or in the near future, teach by examples, using examples to help demonstrate. Taught. So I taught the lesson by examples. I taught the lesson by examples. So I really hope this helps out. I really, really do. That's the end of this lesson. I tried my best as a native English speaker to break it down and explain it. I'm really hoping the examples that I used were helpful. I'd be more than happy to try to clarify, try to make it clear how to use each one. And I'm just going to go through and help with some pronunciation. So, been, begun, broken, break, broke, broken, brought, bring, brought. Build, build, built, built. Burn, burnt. Same with this one. We can use burnt with this. So let me do this here. So burn, present. Burn the wood. Alright. Have burnt the wood. We use the burnt here. We use the T for this one. But we also say have burned the wood. So these two in American English are both, they mean the same thing. They're both in the past tense. And you'll hear people say burnt the wood. You'll hear people say burned the wood. I don't know why here with learnt, we don't use that one here so much in America, but we'll use burnt. So another one's like burn by the sun. Then I have sun burnt. Alright. Another one's burnt by the sun. And then the other one's burned by the sun. So burned by the sun means that I'm already outside. I'm currently soon to be or am being burned right now. But burnt and burned are past tense, that they're referring to something that has already happened. I am sunburned. I've been burnt by the sun is how we would use these here in America, in the United States. Could, caught, choose, chose, chosen. So this is I choose vanilla ice cream over chocolate. Then I chose vanilla over chocolate. And then we'd say, what was it? Chosen. So we got choose, chose, chosen. I have chosen vanilla ice cream. Okay. So I have chosen, so I choose vanilla ice cream. So I don't even need this. This is too much information. I choose vanilla ice cream. I chose vanilla ice cream. I chose vanilla ice cream. So this means that I'm making a decision right now. Choose. Which, or I could even say, which flavor of ice cream do you want to choose? And that's presenting current decision. So then I chose vanilla. So the flavor I chose was I chose vanilla ice cream, meaning that I already I already had to choose. And then I have chosen ice cream. So like this means like when let's say we're still at the ice cream shop. The server asks me, which flavor of ice cream do you want to choose? Do you want to choose? I choose, or I would say I choose vanilla is how I'd respond. And then once I have the ice cream in my hand, I could say I chose vanilla ice cream. Then later on, let's say we're talking later on at the park, I have chosen vanilla ice cream. If the server asks me what do I want to choose, and the server forgot, then I would say I have chosen vanilla ice cream. So all right, sorry to get a little bit more off, sorry to go off on a tangent here, but dreamt, we will both use here in the States. We'll use I dream when I sleep. I dreamt last night. And then I dreamed about someone last night. So you'll use dreamt, but here in America you'll also use dreamed. So dream, dreamt, and then dreamed. Dreamt, dream. Because here in America we like to use ed at the end of something to refer to past tense. Another good one to do is I drink water. I drank water. I drunk water. So this one here is present tense. I drink water right now, here in the moment. I drink water. This, I drank water, past tense, meaning that it's already happened, but it happened recently. It happened in the past up until now. And then I drunk water means that it was earlier and you're not currently drinking water. You haven't just stopped drinking water. That you drank it, you drank water earlier, so you drunk water. I hope I did not confuse you with that example. So right now I drink water. Now that I took a sip, I drank water, and then I'm not drinking anymore. I drunk water. That's the best way that I can give that example. Let's see, what are some other good ones on here? Eat, ate, eaten. I eat cheese. You know what? I'll say I eat tacos. And then I ate a taco. Or I ate tacos. I have eaten tacos. Same thing. Right in the moment. This can refer to I eat tacos. It can mean that you have eaten in the past, but it also, more than not, it will always mean in the moment or soon to be, I'm capable of eating tacos. That I can eat a taco. I like tacos, is what this is saying. I like tacos. I want to eat tacos. I eat tacos. I ate tacos. Past tense. Let's say we just got back from lunch. I would say, I ate tacos. Jesse, what did you have for lunch? I ate tacos. And then, or I would ask, what did you have to eat, or what were you eating for lunch? What's another good example is, what have you eaten for lunch? Because I'm curious, what have you eaten for lunch? And then I would say, I have eaten tacos. Or I would say, I'm trying to think of another good example. Because normally we'll say, I ate tacos. Normally we'll say, like, oh yeah, I ate tacos. But then someone will ask, like, if you're not eating, they'll be like, have you eaten today? Have you eaten today? Have you eaten today? Is a question. Have you eaten today? Meaning, have you ate? Did you eat? Is what this means. I hope that makes a lot more sense. I'm sorry for a long video, but I wanted to make sure that I could take the time to really explain it.